Hey, what's up everybody? This is Lux from the future. Before this video starts, I do want to tell you that this is a long video, but it is well worth your time. So I hope you enjoy the videos, and I promise you, you will become a better hitter after watching this. So just wanted to give you that little bit of a heads up before you settle in. So grab you some popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right, thanks. Bye. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your man, Mr. Lux, aka the Married Gamer, and today I'm going to release my hitting tutorial for MLB The Show 20. And you guys are gonna like this video. I'm doing this live, so there's not going to be any kind of creative editing to paint a narrative to the video. It's going to be all live in real time. We're going to be doing this on Hall of Fame difficulty. There you go. You see it right there. So the first thing you want to do when it comes to hitting is, in my opinion, the first thing you need to do is find a hitting camera that works best for you. I'm using a custom camera. That's what the C1 stands for. You can get C2, C. You get 4 custom cameras. I'm only using 2 of them. You want to find a hitting camera that really gives you the best opportunity to see the ball and make quick decisions based upon what the ball is doing. So for me, I take a custom camera of Fisheye 2. So this is the default Fisheye 2 camera, as you can see. Now I want you to pay special attention to the strike zone box in the middle of the screen. It's really hard to judge the angle of a pitch when the camera angle's like this, because you're almost looking downhill in a sense, and you can't really tell how low a pitch is. So if I take the right thumbstick and I go down on it, you see how you start to level out the camera. Now you have more of a level view of the pitcher, and this is what you really want, in my opinion, because now you'll be able to see the pitch as soon as it comes out of his hand, what angle it's going, the break that it's going to have, and most importantly, if it's going to be a pitch low in the zone. Now, what you have to be careful with this kind of camera angle, you have to be very careful that you don't go extremely low. You may have to play around with it, because one thing you'll find out, sometimes the ball will get lost in the backdrop of the stadium. A lot of times the color of the ball blends in almost perfectly with the sky, and so you got to make sure that you don't, sabotage yourself when pitches are going to be high strikes that you can't really react to because you can't see the ball that well. So you have to kind of toy around with it to find out what angle really works best for you. So that's number 1, camera angle. Number 2, find your difficulty. You start out, if you want to start out with dynamic, start out with dynamic. Start out with rookie, start out with veteran or all-star, whatever difficulty works for you. There's no shame in any difficulty that you particularly want to use. So for this one, I'm going to be playing in Hall of Fame. Most of the time I've done All-Star, but Hall of Fame is pretty good in this year's game. So new this year is this PCI. There's a whole new PCI this year, and there are these 3 dots in the middle. As you see, the dot on the top means your player has power hitting. He's a power hitter. In the middle, it's a mix of both of them. And at the bottom means he's more of a contact guy. There's a lot of tweaks made to the PCI this year in terms of like how you want it to look. The next thing is patience at the plate. Patience. Far too often people want to swing like this. They want to swing at everything that comes down the plate. You don't even allow the opposing pitcher to even expend a lot of energy. You just they'll throw no more than maybe 5 to 6 pitches an inning because people are just so free to swing at everything. So you want to make sure that you are very patient at the plate and you want to wait for your pitch. My strategy is I never swing at the first strike unless it's something right down the middle. That's been my strategy, and the reason why I do that, 1, it teaches me discipline at the plate, to not be so aggressive to try to swing at every single thing that the pitcher throws. 2, it also makes the pitcher throw more pitches, which in turn makes them a little more tired as you get in towards the middle and latter half of the game, and that means their pitches won't have as much break on them. They'll be flat, and it's easier to hit them. Like that right there, Freddie Freeman. Now, and keep in mind, as I'm talking to you, I'm not that was a perfect right there. I'm not completely focused on as much as I should, but you get the concept here. Like right now, I see his diamond is in the middle, so he's a line drive hitter. Like that right there. Swing timing was good. I squared it up, 105 miles per hour. Perfect hit. All right, so here's my next at bat. Remember, I'm not going to swing at the first pitch unless it's a meatball. I don't swing until I get my first strike, unless it's right down the middle. So there's the first pitch. I'm in a hitter's count, 1-0 still. And you see how that changeup dropped right there? That was a good pitch, but if I was using a default camera, I would have never been able to tell what that pitch was. All right. So we have a, we'll see, is that a strike? So yeah, so I have 1-2 count. So now I'm behind in the count. So now I got to be a little more careful about swinging. So see, he's wanting to try to throw me off. Hold down R2 to see all the different pitches, to see where he's thrown. He's really staying out of that strike zone. He's trying to paint the corners as much as he can. So now I've taken this to a full count. So now the pitcher's scared. He's got to come at me or he's going to throw a ball. Swing time was good. Result was okay. But again, he threw a lot of pitches in order to get me there. You see that pitch right there? You know, that could have been that could have been right at the knees, but it went below. You know, camera angle is very important. Got a little bit too early on that one. So we're back with Ronald Acuna. I usually would go power swing with him. See, look at that. Change up just died. Like pitch movement is a lot better this year. So I got a hitter's count. So I'm gonna go back to power swing because that's what kind of hitter he is right now. Went too early. So I'm gonna go back to a regular normal swing with the X button. So now I've got him in a full count. Again, this is all about becoming a good hitter, and you want to make the pitcher throw as many pitches as possible. So you can get results just like that right there. Patience at the plate will get you those types of results. Even with an early swing, good contact, 115 mile per hour bat speed. So then we have Ozzie Albies here. And again, we're doing this live, guys. This is not post-editing. This is all live. Got one ball. See, I swung at that, even though that was the first strike he threw me, it was right down the middle or very close to it. Swing timing is good and good. And again, for context here, we are on Hall of Fame hitting difficulty. This stuff is not hard at all. Freddie Freeman, I'm going to use X to swing with him because his middle square, he's more of a line drive hitter right now. Shouldn't have swung at that one, but he's more of a line drive hitter. So I'm going to wait and see what he's going to throw me. So this is a good opportunity. So now you're down in the count 0-2. You're in the pitcher's count. What do? Switch to circle. You're going to use the circle button to swing because it's going to make your PCI radius a lot wider. Whenever you're down in the count with like a 0-2 or even a 1-2, you want to use this. You can use the circle button to increase your chances of making contact. And for that, I was early on that. And you're not going to be perfect on everything. So here we go. We got Ozuna up the bat, another line drive hitter. That was a good slider. Not every strike is a good pitch to swing at. Always remember that. Another thing that you need to focus on, this would be point number 3 or 4, I'm not sure which point I'm on, is the hot and cold zones of your hitter. And in this practice mode, I don't see them here. They're not displayed in this mode, but I'm gonna give you some live game footage as well, and you'll see what I'm talking about. 1-2 count. Went down for that. So that was a good hit. It was a deep hit too. All right, so this hitter is good all around. So I almost thought I would have power hit. I'm not sure who this is. Camargo. I don't know who this is. See, if you was a free swinger and not being patient, I'll guarantee you 95% of people would have swung at that pitch. Make them throw you a meatball. Or make them throw you something, you know, make them keep throwing pitches until they give you something good to hit. So now it's a 1-1 count. I've kind of grown to leave my piece out in the middle rather than trying to select a location, because I kind of feel like the game kind of keeps track of where you're placing it, and then it makes adjustments. That may not be true. It could be just placebo. Here go Acuna again. But the thing with the PCI, and I'll show you here. See, I got it. My controllers, my thumbstick is at the far reaches that it can go, and so it's never going to take you completely outside of the strike zone. So you can kind of time it as the pitch is coming in to go and match where the pitch is going, and get you a nice hit. See, I moved the PCI as I swung, and see, look at the bottom over there, bottom left. I was right on time with it as far as the location. There we go, Ronald Acuna. That was a normal X swing, but it's a no doubter. Right out of here. So now let's go in and try to do this in an actual game. So let's get right into it here. Again, this is all live in real time, but we're going to take these same concepts. Camera angle, PCI. So hot zones, he's pretty hot all the way around. So we're going to wait until we get our first strike. Okay, we got our first strike that we're not going to swing at. All right, so here we go. You want to try to swing at something good here. Oh, did I hold up? No, I did not. That was a good pitch. So here's what you want to look at as well, and this should be number 5 on the list. You see those blue circles or half circles around the button icons for each pitch? What that represents is the confidence that the pitcher has in each one of those pitches that is a part of his repertoire. So as you can see, the more blue that's around that circle, the better he is at throwing that pitch. And that circle will go up, fill up more, or decrease depending on different factors. As he throws strikes, it fills up. As you hit it and get out, it fills up. If he throws that pitch and it turns into a double play, you get even a more of a boost to that pitch. Things that will make it decrease, obviously if you get a hit on it, if he throws balls with that pitch that you don't swing at, that can hurt it. And what it really means is, especially for the breaking pitches like the changeup, the sliders, they won't have as much movement. Well, and that's why you should be patient at the plate, because the more balls he throws, the less confidence he has in him. And we'll come back and look at this and see how things go. So that was a fastball he threw for a ball. So you see his fastball, I think it went down a little bit. It doesn't go down a whole bunch. You have to over time. Another fastball. Let's check it again. So it's slightly going down, but now you see we fought back to a 2-2 count. Change up. See, his changeup is filling up because I fouled it off. Four seamer. I'm not swinging at that four seamer. So now we got in a full count. So now you definitely see how I can definitely see some of that confidence leaving his fastball, and as well as his own personal confidence in his pitching ability. His changeup is good. So another thing to keep in mind, his changeup is good. So he may throw this pitch more often as opposed to his other pitches. And it's good to know what types of pitches have, what kind of break each pitch has. Changeups, they drop. They drop low in the zone. So more chances likely than not, this ball is going to be low in the zone. And it's not. He threw it high. We drew a walk. Patience at the plate. He spent 7 pitches on me in that one at bat. 7 pitches. My goal for each inning, I try to make the pitcher throw no less than 15 pitches. That's the goal. It may not always work out that way, but that's the goal. 15 pitches. We got Freddie Freeman. Let's look at his hip. So he has a cold zone right there. He's kind of weak up here too. PCI shows that he's a good line drive hitter. That was a good pitch right there. And should build up his fastball a little bit more. Yep, fastball's going back up. So he may come up here because I'm kind of weak up top. Yep, you see that? Just as I predicted. He's going for those weak areas. He's right up there. 0-2 counts, and then I'm going to switch to the circle button for contact swing right now. Because when I'm down 0-2 like that, I don't want to just 3-pitch strikeout. I don't want that. Now, right now, I'm going to go back to the X button to swing. But we're going to see where he's going to throw this. Look at that hit right there. By making adjustments on the PCI, as I swung the bat, I got a double and drove in the run. Good hit by Freddie Freeman. It's important to know what type of hitter you have at the plate, because then you can adjust how you're going to swing accordingly. Here's Ozzie Albies. He's another line drive hitter. And let's look at the confidence. Now, look at the pitcher's confidence now. Look how low it is. Now, his confidence is half gone. Remember, his changeup was really good. Now it's starting to lose a little bit of his effectiveness.
And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies.
Changeup outside the zone, but it gets called a strike by the umpire. Yeah, umpire accuracy, personalized. So it's important to know, which umpire that you have. Oftentimes, to be honest with you, they all kind of seem the same to me, to be honest. All right, so we have 0-1 count for Albies here, but he has good hot zones. He's pretty good all the way around. Low in the zone may be a little bit of where he may be not as effective. Looking at the colors here, and I choose to leave my hot zones on so I can see it. By default, it's set at preview and it fades out. It's a good pitch. He's really working those corners right there. He is really working the corners on me. So I may just kind of slide this over a little bit if I wanted to. Oh, ball drop. Don't get to it. Don't get to it. Oh, he's going to make it. I got Freddie Freeman. I'm not going to try to chance that. Well, I guess they want me to. But I'm not going to do it. Also, again, we are still on Hall of Fame. All right, so we have one out, but we do have a run in. So we have Flowers in. He's more of a contact hitter, line drive hitter when I'm looking at his PCI. As you can see, the dots on his PCI, he's not a power hitter. And he's weak all the way around except right here. So you really got to be dialed in with players like this that have a lot of cold zones. So you got to really watch the ball out of the pitcher's hand, as you should with every batter. That was a good changeup. Almost got me. So we have a 1-2 count. He's probably going to come down low, to be honest. But he's probably going to throw a ball as well. Yep. So he really tried to get me high. All right, so let's see. Changeup is still doing good for him. Fastball is. I shouldn't have swung at that. I should not have swung at that. One of the impacts of trying to talk and explain what you're doing is that the slightest distraction can mess you up. All right, process again. Don't swing until you get your first strike unless it's right down the middle. All right. So look, I want you to notice he has already thrown 21 pitches, and it's the first inning. 21 pitches. That's very important for you guys to understand that baseball is a marathon game and not a sprint. You want to play the long game in baseball so that this pitcher gets tired in the middle and late innings. His changeup is really good because you see how it broke. It had a lot of breaking. Look at the confidence in it because it's making me swing. I struck out on the changeup in my last at bat. And his confidence is going back up. All right, so not gonna swing at that, but he's gonna try to keep throwing that pitch because that's all he has. That's all he has right now. His fastball is getting weaker. He hasn't thrown his slider. Well, he did throw a slider twice so far. So now I fall back to a full count. And look at the pitches that he's thrown. Where is he at now? He's at 25 pitches.
They don't want to walk the guy, but with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
He still wants to stay down here. He wants to really stay down here. I'm kind of good right here on the outside, but he's He's working it.
The payoff pitch. Left field and deep.
That's a good hit by Dansby.
Davis going back
Let's go.
to the track.
Off the wall.
Can't get to this one. It's
And
off
we
the
scored
wall.
another run. Again, full count.
I guess their scouting
Stay
reports
patient
on
at the
this guy
plate.
dead on because
Using all the same concepts that I've been telling you guys.
and they're having
You know,
absolutely no trouble
move the
with
PCI as the ball
on the other side.
comes
They're
in. If
very
you
quickly
with what you're
moving
going to swing at, be aware of the count that you're in. Fight back. This pitcher has thrown 27 pitches. Mark Hakens up the bat. He's pretty good all the way around. Line drive and contact hitter.
Markakis digging in now. As he'll look
There
at
we
the
go.
fastball in there
Got
on
my
the
first
outside.
strike. He
It's
threw it up in
0-1.
the zone. All right, and of course he chose that because you see my red is lighter right there, so I'm weaker up there.
Unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
Good pitch. That was a good slider.
Swing there from Markakis. He didn't get it.
So let's look at the confidence in his pitches. Fastball is halfway confident. Changeup is went down some.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Tries the slider to ring him
I think
up,
he's
but
going to try to get me with that
1-2.
slider again. And always use R2 to see his pitching strategy. So he's trying to work the outside on me. And then he comes inside. So he's trying to change my eye, not necessarily my eye level, but he's trying to change the perception of outside, inside. 2-2 count. 31 pitches.
And the 32nd
Ah.
pitch of the inning is swung on.
Struck out on that one. But as you guys can see,
So
we
it's
scored 2 runs. He threw 32 pitches in the first inning. Using my strategy, guys. Let me pause it right here. Using my strategy. Number 1, get a camera that works for you. Make the adjustments to the camera to where you can get it level, to where you can get a good angle of the pitch coming out of the pitcher's arm, where you can see low pitches in the zone. Number 2 is to make sure that you look at your hot and cold zones of your batter to see where you get an idea of whether the opposing pitcher is going to try to target his pitches. That will definitely help you out. Number 3, your PCI. For me, on my PCI, I choose diamonds as for the center of it. You can do whatever cosmetic look of your PCI that you want. But far as the fade out effect, as the pitcher's in his windup, I always fade out the outer and the center where the diamonds are, or whatever you choose for your center, because it's less distraction and less clutter on my screen, so I can strictly focus on the pitch, the ball itself. And then after that, always be mindful hitting R2, checking out the pitcher, seeing where he is with his confidence, seeing what pitches are most effective with him right now. And then that way you can have an idea of where you think the ball is going to go. I hope that this long tutorial really helped you guys become a better hitter. Take these concepts that I told you, try them out, come back to this video, and let me know in the comments below, how well it worked out for you in your first game trying these out. All right, so hopefully everything works out for you guys. I will have a pitching tutorial coming next, but I'm Mr. Lux, aka the Married Gamer, giving you live gameplay footage and tutorials, and I hope you guys appreciate that. And until my next video, I am out. Peace. Hey guys, want to make sure you never miss a video of mine ever again? Go to my page, click that bell, get notified anytime I post a video on my channel, and you will get that notification whether you're on desktop, laptop, or on your mobile. Thanks for watching.